Dreams on the edge of pyramid. Promises thick, but the money's flickering. Queen of karma pulling the receipts. Exposing schemes, scamming beneath the sheets. Monday drops, another tale revealed. Shattered illusions, the truth gets peeled. Down lights crash, illusions fade. Pyramid toppled, no longer afraid. MLM Monday, bringing truth to the light. Karma queen dropping bombs, busting hype. From high hopes to empty envelopes, breaking chains of those MLM dopes. Glossy brochures and lavish cruise trips, hidden costs, financial eclipse. Karma queen on that investigative grind, rescue mission for folks left behind. False dreams sold on golden chains, profit for few, for others only pains. Queen of karma, savior with receipts, bringing justice, knocking them off their seats. Family and friends exploited for gain, promises shattered, now mired in pain. Karma nudges, go dive deep, free the folks from the lies they keep.
Karma's a bitch.
Queen of karma.
Hello, everyone. How are you all doing today? I hope that you're all doing very, very, very well. Happy MLM Monday, the day where you watch all of your favorite anti-MLM creators. Today, we need to take a little moment and we need to talk about Bravenly Global, because their marketing campaign has been fucking insane, okay? It's crazy. It's bonkers. There might even be demons involved. Satan might show up. I don't know, but I have been paying attention to it for several months now, and I have found some things that are making me very, very worried about Bravenly and their faith manipulation and the way that they are marketing their products. So I wanted to come on here and discuss that with all of you. And maybe you've never heard of Bravenly before. So, I figured I would also explain what it is and what they're all about. Page Bob Larson, yes, have him on speed dial right now. So you might be like, well, Queen, what is Bravenly Global? They are a multi-level marketing company. I do talk about multi-level marketing companies mainly here on my channel, as well as other cults, usually scammy ones. So, if you have never heard of this company before, don't worry. We will get right into everything that you need to know and more. Yes, so without further ado, Bravenly Global is a US-based wellness and supplement multi-level marketing company founded by Aspen and Brent Emry. The company markets naturopathic doctor-formulated products like Ignite, Hydrate, Gold, Drift. Check out the names, right? And various extreme blends. Their branding leans heavily on faith, family, and wellness messaging, and they operate through a typical MLM structure with brand partners and VIP customers, which we'll get into in a moment. This here is the Emry family. And maybe you are not as familiar with the Emry family, So let me introduce you to Aspen Emry. She did this little interview, and I think it really shows you, why they really did start this company.
Serve. We just want to be here with our people. But I will say it was pretty awe-inspiring when we had our first $1 million month.
I mean, need she say more? Also, pay attention to the language here. Like, I just want to serve.
For us, that was a big deal because 100 days prior, we were in the 100 to 200 and some $1,000 range. So within 100 days, you're going from doing 100 to 200 and some thousand a month, okay, to all of a sudden you see $1 million month. That's when we went, wow, it's happening. Like something is happening here.
Wow. Yeah. No. So something is definitely happening here. Again, you might need to call Bob Larson.
And every month since then, it's just been continued just awe and excitement and enthusiasm. And honestly, just being really open to collaboration and learning what's working in the industry. What's working, where do we need to be? How can we level up? How can we be what our field needs? And how can we just continue to do the right thing? One right thing at a time, one right decision at a time.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, there was this podcast here, The Power of Community, Bravenly's $50 million milestone. So that is Aspen, the wonderful owner, operator, CEO, the Braven family. That's the mom. So here they are again. Or sorry, the Emry Bravenly family, we should call them. So they say on their website that, as their little motto thing, that Bravenly means to carry yourself with strength and courage, leading others in fairness and truth in a way that respects God. Yep, it's all about God. Living honest and honorably, to live life bravenly, means learning to discern the heart of a person by listening to them and passionately pursuing your purpose. But let's hear from them and why they decided to call it Bravenly, shall we? There was this post that they recently did that says, 5.5 years ago, this was just a scribble in a notebook. Heart. When we were naming the company, we would sit at the table and write different names over and over. We would say them out loud. We would look at them on paper and ask ourselves, could this hold within it what we're about to build? We weren't trying to find something trendy or clever. Thank God for that, right? We were trying to find something that represented who we intended to be. What, boring? The heart, soul, and vision, our dreams and the dreams of so many others who would one day join us. In 2020, right before all of this, I had written, Chase Your Brave. That message was already shaping how we were thinking about leadership, faith, and the kind of company we wanted to build. We knew whatever we started would require unmatched courage, the kind that asks you to move before you feel qualified. The kind of bravery that stretches you. The kind that requires your utmost integrity. Integrity, you say, huh? So we kept coming back to the word brave. Rich, they wanted to be rich. That's right. Not because it sounded strong, not because it paired well with anything else, but because we knew this company would only become something meaningful, legacy-level meaning, if we committed to operating that way consistently. When we chose our pillars, courage, integrity, and impact, it wasn't about marketing language, sure, Jan. It was about putting words around decisions we had already made in our hearts. Things we already decided were our non-negotiables. We wanted those values to guide how we lead, how we treat people, and how we build. The example we set long before they were ever printed anywhere. Some people have asked if we chose the name because it sounds like brave and heavenly put together. That always makes us smile. It's sweet. And I'm like, maybe they should have gone with that. That would have been a lot less words. But the heart behind it was much more intentional than that. Like, I doubt it, but anyway. It was about building a company that shows up bravely, one that chooses integrity when shortcuts would be easier, one that measures success by impact, not just numbers. How are you measuring anything without numbers? Can somebody please tell me? Hello, Lotus. Do you know how they're measuring things without numbers? One that encourages people to keep faith and family first and puts people over profit. Always, right? People over profit. How many times have we heard that before? We look at this doodle now. Yeah, because don't worry, there's a doodle. And think about how small that moment felt. No stages, no huge teams, no hundreds of thousands of customers. Yeah, you got to flex hundreds of thousands of customers, huh? Just a pen, a notebook, and a lot of prayer. They're using the metric system. Probably not. They're in the US. And in just 5 days, nearly 2,000 of us will gather in Charleston. Geez, I would hate to be the people working at whatever hotel that is. What it required then is exactly what it requires now. Over 5 years later, we are still committed to the same things. Courage to believe bigger, integrity to build it the right way, impact that lasts beyond us. We're not gathering in Charleston because of momentum. We're gathering because of our mission. Yeah, they all have a mission, right? It started with a scribble, and hopefully it ends in the SEC shutting it down. Sorry. And it continues with people willing to live it out. And then for some reason, I don't know why the dots. I used to also do the dots when I was in MLMs. And I never asked. Never really asked. It was just something that you just started doing, is we just put a bunch of dots before the hashtags. Why? I don't understand. But anyway. Then it says, who do we get to see next week at our national conference? We are counting down the days. And I'm like, well, now it makes even less sense if we're actually saying something afterwards. But sure. So that's how they got their name, apparently. Some AI slot writing for real. But don't worry, I promised you a doodle. This is the picture that was posted with this post. So, like, I don't want to burst anyone's bubble or anything, but I could draw that right now and then be like, look, guys, I drew this back in 2019. Like, what is this supposed to, I mean, okay, thank you. This is the CEO of this company, by the way, showing us their doodle and giving us a speech about it. It was just a little bizarre, just strange. Anyway, as they said, they have 3 pillars. The 3 pillars of Bravenly Global. Courage. Be daring enough to stand out in passion and purpose. Integrity, which these MLMs keep using the word integrity, and I don't think they know what it means. Committing to honesty, humility, and consistency in all that we do. Yeah, sure, that's what it means. Impact. Creating a powerful ripple effect of change. Unfortunately, it might be change for the worse, though. Of course, they have 3 ways to be a part of their community. They have their VIP customer. So that's basically where you have to, they don't usually tell you this, but when you're a VIP customer in an MLM, that means that you're getting their auto ships. Like that's what it means. You usually have to sign up for an auto ship, or you have to sign up for at least one product that you will continuously be buying monthly in order to get this discount. Some of them make it so that you can switch up what product that is, but usually it means you are now a part of their VIP customer base because you are buying things regularly, right? Then, of course, they have an affiliate link because all of the MLMs are doing that now. And then, of course, the brand partner means that you get to be an MLM distributor with them. And they claim that you get a 20 to 30% discount, which they all have a 20 to 30% discount. And then they all claim it's a generous compensation plan. I get very fed up of this because to me, that is just the compensation plan. When you're all giving 20 to 30% as your discount, that's not the generous compensation plan. That's the industry standard. But, I digress. Then they're claiming expert training sessions, exciting events, unforgettable trips. I'm sure they have a car that you could get to lease if you get to executive triple Pikachu double dog dare diamond or whatever it is, right? So they got all the MLM things. Their products are, wellness supplements. They're the type of health and wellness company that talks about gut health a lot. You got to clean out your gut. Make sure your gut has good health in order to be healthy. You got to detox and, do all of that great stuff. Just full of fun stuff. Let me show you their products, just as an example. Oh my God!
And this is a cult. The cult.
How did that get in there? So, the usual health and wellness supplement bullshit. It is crazy expensive. Did you see the price of that? You see the price of that? Who's paying that? Who's paying that? Who? I need to talk to you. All right, just tell me why. Worthless detox products. Do they have detox coffee? Don't they all? Hello, Sam. How are you? I hope you're doing well. So as I said, there have been some posts going up in the r/anti-MLM subreddit that have been talking about Bravenly and their marketing campaigns. And I have seen some things now that I think I got to bring to the world's attention because I am a viral influencer myself. So here we have Bravenly in the spotlight by this picture, and it says, "Good morning. This month will be the biggest yet. Claim it. I can. I will. End of story. Who is ready for March Madness?" And I promise you, they are all doing March Madness right now. It's just going to get worse as we go along, folks. If are ready, type ready in the comments below. New month, same goal, same vision. More separation, more elevation. And I'm like, separation? That's probably not good. But anyway, Hashtag Bravenly Global. Hashtag be brave. That's their hashtag. They're hashtagging integrity. And they're hashtagging impact. And then hashtag momentum, which I don't think that gives your post momentum. Is that a thing right now? Are people hashtagging momentum to get momentum? Is that... I just don't feel like it would work. But, this is pretty standard, other than it looks like it might also be AI. And I love looking at the language of Huns and how things have progressed, over the years, from the time before the internet to here now on the internet, now with AI. And I wrote an article, and I might get into it in future on the channel a little bit more, but I just find it fascinating to see that they're using AI. How do I know it's AI? You notice how they have asterisks next to will be? Usually when people leave that in, it's because the AI is trying to format bold there, and then they didn't take that out. So I'm starting to wonder how many, because, they were already robotic enough before AI. So now how many are using AI to write these Hunbot posts, I miss March Madness during the early 90s, going to Vegas with my dad and cheap food and beer. That's right. Sounds like a better March Madness than this. Then we have, boom, mic drop. There's only 6 people at the top of this company. 6. To wait and miss out on this is pure insanity. And I'm like, I don't know if that's a flex. Only 6 people make money here. Booyah! Millions of people are in this thing, but only 6 people make money. Gotcha. Like, what the... Okay. And then this image here is them at a Bravenly meeting, it looks like, or some kind of MLM meeting. And it says, saying only the people at the top make money is like refusing the gym because someone already has abs. Not really. Not really. There's plenty of room at the top. So they posted this to be like, there's only 6 people. That means there's room for you. But it's not giving me that, This is an interesting one. This person posted this up with this picture to the right here of them holding like a big wad of cash. They're obviously very rich here with their 20s. Those are $20 bills, all. So, they have like $300 there. And then they say, why do people make money weird? Like, what's the point? And no, this post isn't about how I have extra cash and money. Wait, are those 2 different things? I have extra cash and money. It's like, I don't know. Okay. And how better I am, so calm down. Okay. The post is people are trained and brainwashed to believe wanting more is bad. So what do? They shrink. They go without. They scrimp and save instead of saying, hey, I think I want to do something new and help others doing it. Yeah, no one ever says that. There are no jobs available in helping professions at all. It's just paper with dead guys on it. But let me tell you, those dead guys, it got dark quick. Those dead guys make my life easier when I have them in my wallet. Why are you carrying around a bunch of dead men in your wallet? Listen here, Cindy, let them go. Let them rest in peace. Let them be buried by their families. Fake $20 bills. I bet it's like Monopoly money. Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably. But I'm more concerned with all the dead guys that she's carrying around in her wallet. You are meant for greatness. You are anointed. Anointed. Just, like I said, pay attention to the language. It's interesting. Anointed to be more. You are worthy. We are worthy. Hello, Monica. The statement, God wants good people with lots of money, is hilarious to me. It really is, isn't it? It really is. At least good people would use their money for good. You would think so, right? So she says, and if this post makes you uncomfortable even seeing money on your feed, you need some inner reflection. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure that everyone gets cringed out when they see that, because that's what scammers post. Okay, that's literally what the Nigerian prince posts things like this to his Instagram. So yeah, giant red flag right away. If someone opens up to you and offers you more, why wouldn't you take it? This is your reminder. God wants good people with lots of money. Is that why when I was growing up Catholic, they would come around and everyone would put donations? And I'm very confused. I don't remember when Jesus rose again and said, "Thou who art poor shalt not be saved by me." But I don't know. Maybe I have a different version of the Bible. There's just so many of them. And no, money is not evil. It is when you trade your soul for the price of $1 that ruins your life, says the person posting to their social media holding a big wad of money. Okay, that's my post. Like, thank you, Karen, for announcing it was done. Money is meant to be loved and shared, so go be a blessing. Go be a blessing. It really is, though, isn't it? God wants good people with lots of money. Do you know any? Could you name some? You know? Again, maybe that's just me. Is that why the Vatican? You know? I got a lot of jokes. We could go all night. Right? I'm not super religious, but I do know he was pissed that people were selling stuff outside of the church, and he turned tables and was pissed off at that. Well, you know, only the church can make money. Ask the Vatican. Here we got another one that says, time is the most valuable resource on earth. You can always, slithering like a snake, make more money, especially if you get into sales. But time, you can't get that back. That's why successful people make moves to buy their time back. And then she posts a picture of what looks like her at a hotel on vacation with her child, because nothing says time freedom like, hey, honey, can you just take a picture of me in the pool with him so that I can post it on my social media and try to sell my Bravenly shit? You know, like, take time out of your vacay to do that. That'll show them. And then the little caption on the image here says, you ever notice how people with no money are always begging for more money, but people that have the money, all they want is more time? When have you ever seen a rich person be like, if I only had more time? That's why they post from the moment you wake up to the time you go to bed. That's right. That time freedom. Here we have, I'm pretty sure Starbucks is wondering how I keep showing up for the free water and free Wi-Fi, but they're always so kind, and this little corner has become my mobile office lately. And honestly, I'm not mad about it, because this blue raspberry rush crush this morning tastes like a treat, but fuels my whole day. No heavy crash, no complicated routine, just something that makes working from a coffee shop feel a little more fun. Grateful for kind baristas. Kind baristas. A charged laptop and a drink that keeps me going. If you've been needing something that feels like a treat but works with your day, you already know my inbox is open. Link is in the comments too. I think I did like 3 accents for that, but we got there. Thank you, Monica, for the $5 super sticker. I appreciate you. So the funniest part about this post to me, right off the bat, is the fact that we are talking about having to go to a coffee shop to get free water and free Wi-Fi. We are millionaires over here, apparently, right? So there's that. And then it's nice that she's, let's hope she's kind to the baristas and she's calling them kind. But she does realize that they're the people that work those 9-to-5 jobs that they hate so much. You know, like they're like, everyone should just quit all their day jobs and just do MLMs from their phone and be home with their babies. Be stay-at-home wives. And it's like, yeah, but then you still like to go and get your free water and free Wi-Fi at Starbucks. Who do you think would run Starbucks? If everyone was doing MLMs, Brittany, it's like, who's getting you that drink then? And this is the image. Yeah, no, I'm sure they love her. Did you realize what was going on here? She goes into the Starbucks to get free water to then put 2 products that you put together, one of their red products called, what was it? The Crush? Yeah, and then you get the blue product. And then you put them together to make this amazing, amazing drink. And it's like, with their free water. Then you sit there making sales of supplements from their business. Like, it's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Someone has to make those cleanse supplements, right? It fascinates me because honestly, it's a good thing that they're so nice to you, because if you did that a few days in a row at my coffee shop, I would be like, I'm sorry, you're going to have to tell her to actually buy something if she's going to keep doing that. Because she's sitting here selling crap. Because don't tell me that you don't turn around to the people behind you every now and again, right? And go, hey, have you ever heard of Bravenly? I bet you do. Like, that isn't your workspace. That is their business where they're trying to sell product. You know? So it's, come on now. Come on. It's ironic because they said time freedom, but they don't have it. Time freedom is the last thing they have, right? Sugar and salt look the same. We must stay alert. The enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy. He sometimes come in people pretending to be friends. Listen with your eyes. The battle is the Lord's. Stay alert. The enemy steals, kills, and destroys. Careful, guys. The enemy is here. Maybe it's Emily. I don't know. Sorry. All I have is laughing at myself, really. But the enemy is here. And they're here to kill and destroy. What are they here to kill and destroy? I don't know. I'm not sure, but I'm a little worried. Am I the only one? I am a little worried. I'm kind of like, whoa, who we going to war with, Brenda? Calm down. Okay, I'm not ready for this. I will not be drafted into whatever this is. Just worrisome. But again, it's all about the Lord. You won't lose friends when you start network marketing. 1, you'll only realize those who thought they were friends actually aren't. 2, you'll build new friendships with those who truly want you to win. Star eyes. There's no way to sound masculine when saying that. I tried. Most people don't start network marketing because they're worried what others will think. That's what it is. The right people in your life will encourage you. The wrong people will sabotage. It's a great way to find out who lives in each camp. And then, there's a bunch of hills behind him that kind of shaped similar to pyramids. I just found that fascinating. That was the picture you decided to show us with your big bald head. But I'm like, yeah, no, you got us. You got us. I would join a scam and scam all of my friends and family, you know, if only I wasn't worried that afterwards they would think poorly of me. I mean, all you got to do, guys, is just stop that negative thinking, okay? You know, like, don't be like the 99% of people on the earth here who are like scamming people is really bad. And when you fuck over the people closest to you, you suck. They're just negative Nancy's who have to work at a 9-to-5 job every day. Just ignore that feeling. You know that integrity thing that we keep talking about? Throw that shit right out the fucking window, bud. Why do we need that? What are we doing with that? Why have that? You know, just who cares? Rip everyone off, especially those closest to you. Hello, Nani. Good to see you. Oh, you will lose friends. That's a guarantee, and it's sad when it happens. It is. Every single one of us that have been in an MLM, that have come out here in this anti-MLM community, has lost someone because of MLMs. Even if we weren't in MLMs, like always Marco. He does this because he lost his best friend to Amway. Not because he was in Amway. You know what I mean? Some people lose family members. And it makes them really upset. This is the same thing with all the cults out there. Sometimes you leave. Sometimes it's because you got a family member in. But it's guaranteed. Listen to this shit, okay? This should also be posted in r/that happened. Because we have Hunty Hunbot shows up here and says, Amazon just tried to recruit me for the second time. That's right, not only once, she claims twice. Of course, it's the second time. $1,000 a week. I was kind, real kind, and offered them an adapt for brain cell recovery. My biggest issue, paying your people, selling for you, your affiliates, 3%. Highway robbery. You never get my endorsement, period. Much less my focus or belief. Remember, this is about Jesus. Wrong girl, Jeff. You can't afford me or my team. Wait, all right. I'm sure that Amazon came to you and tried to recruit you with your Bravenly team. My favorite is that then someone come and comments to them and say, strong gal, Bravenly can't be bought. And I'm like, I feel like if this had happened, you're missing what happened here. Like, she seems to think that Amazon came to them and said, listen, let me buy your Bravenly business. Okay? And then you can promote it over here instead. No. If anything, they were trying to get her to leave Bravenly to do the Amazon stuff instead. All right? She's not in control of the Bravenly products. Only the CEO is. Like, what do you mean? So weird. I'll take things that didn't happen for 1,000, Alex. Right? It's insanity. Finished another 2 chapters on the brain today. And my editor said, whoa. Now, that sentence is insane, isn't it? That sounds like pure insanity. When I first read that, I was like, wait, what? Like, you just thought of 2 chapters in your head, and then your editor was like, whoa. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you know, I was like so confused. But hold that thought. We don't need another book on what to do. Guess what? You know what to do. What separates those who can versus who cannot. Who do versus do not. Same rules, same apps, same USA. That's right, USA, the only country in the world. Same opportunity, same prices, same laws, same freedom, same social media, same books. I didn't want to nerd out too much, but darn, what is it? It's the mind, the internal drive and wiring. That's why you become the sum of the 5 people you surround yourself with. It's with the Bible. It's with the Bible says, take every thought into captivity. Hardest things I've ever done for sure. Really believe it's going to impact people. Change your mind, change your life. And then I realized she's writing a book. And she says that when she tells people she's writing a book, I'm assuming that's what she means, like, with the we don't need another book on what to do. She's all like, I tell people they already know what to do. But you're writing the book anyway? What do we need the book for then? What do you mean? What? And then I was even more confused than I was when I thought that she had just thought of 2 chapters in her brain of any other book. Because this is the book. Neuroscience says if you don't believe it's possible, your brain won't even let you see it. I cannot wait for a book to be published like this. That looks like just a bunch of MLM Instagram word memes posted in pages. Talking about neuroscience from somebody that probably doesn't know much about neuroscience. Something tells me AI probably wrote this. But she's going to explain to all of us how the brain works and how you can control the brain. But these are not cults, and they do not teach you how to control people. We promise. Period. And they share a post that says, stop calling network marketing a pyramid scheme when your company has a CEO who reports to a board. 8 VPs under him, 47 directors under them, 200 managers under those, and 10,000 employees at the bottom making $16 an hour. You just also described your MLM company, though, because don't you have a CEO? So, sweetie, you have all of this, and then on top of that, you also have your uplines, 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 upline. And you're part of the alleged employees at the bottom that are making $16 a month. I never understood this argument. They're like, real companies have CEOs. And I'm like, so does your MLM company. Have you been to the About section on the webpage? Every single one, if you go to it, will say, here's our CEO. Here's our CMO. Here's our COO. Here's this other person. All you're doing is reminding us that, yeah, that's how corporate runs. And then you guys got an extra step of a pyramid scheme underneath all of that the real jobs don't have. How are we still doing this argument in 2026? Anyone? Lord. Oh no, now they're into manifestation. The worst people to find it, right? I know. If you can dream it, then you can do it. Oh, wait, we don't sing that song anymore. Nobody can fly, okay? With a passion, you know? Here are the people making the product. Here are the people shipping it, right? I'm like, so you guys are basically just like all the other corporations, yes. But then you also have a pyramid scheme attached on the bottom of all. So underneath those 10,000 employees at the bottom making $16 an hour is Hillary Hunbot, who's lucky if she makes $1,000 a year. So, I would stop bringing this up if I were them. Just saying. Because there are people stupid enough to believe it. That's why. Of course. That's why I say, educate yourself. I've seen this play out over and over again. One partner sees the vision. MLMs, divorcing couples since 1969. Actually true, though. One partner sees the vision. They see what this business model can create. They're ready to go all in, to put in the work, and to build a future that actually excites them. But then the roadblock shows up. It's usually the other partner. Not because the business isn't solid, not because the opportunity isn't real, but because of fear, because of insecurity, because of a lack of self-belief. Fuck you. And that comes from the anti-MLM woman who came out here publicly and said that being in multi-level marketing companies when my husband didn't want me to almost caused us to divorce. Fuck you. That is what you're doing, is you're driving wedges into people's marriages. What do you mean that they don't believe, that they're fearful because of insecurity and lack of belief, lack of their belief in their partner? Who the fuck are you to say that their partner doesn't believe in them because they're not going to buy your $150 monthly product? You know? MLMs is the only marketing that you'll see that will actually be like, you should divorce him. He doesn't believe in you. And for some reason, it's okay. I don't know how many times I've handed in posts like this to the FTC, to the SEC, and nothing's happened. Even Tina, I've handed them into, and nothing has happened. I don't know. They're just disappearing into the ethos, you know? But I think it's extremely problematic how these try to get in this, especially when they really want to be seen as a Christian company that is all about family. You know, it's just mixed messages. You know that integrity thing that you're always talking about? When the MLM comes between marriages, and it happens a lot, it would be helpful rhetoric for self-confidence and self-belief if it wasn't about a damn MLM. Exactly. And that's the thing, is that a lot of the stuff used are helpful things, even in normal, legitimate sales sometimes. But then they have to put their MLM stuff all over it, and it makes it way dirtier than it has to be. If my partner was adamantly against something I want to do and brings legitimate evidence of why he is against it, it brings facts as well, I would listen to him. He is my partner. That's right. That's right. But I was like, well, why do you think it's a scam though? And this was like pre-2016. So he was like, I just don't like it, I think. There wasn't a lot of information out there where he could just go and find something and be like, here are the statistics. It was just kind of starting up the community. You know, we're still very, very small. There's still people that don't realize that there's an entire community trying to stop this. You know? That's why we need to get out there, so that when that happens in somebody's living room, their partner can go, yes, hold on 1 second. There's an entire community, and all they do is put out stats on this, babe. 1 sec. Here they are. Because that wasn't available when so many of us were doing it. You know? There wasn't really a plan. Like, I joined with It Works. Nobody was really speaking out much about It Works back then. And so there wasn't anywhere for us to look up online to have somebody that was saying, this is a scam, blah, 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 blah. Because if that had existed and he had been able to show it to me, of course I would have listened to him. Except at that time, where is he supposed to start to look? You know, luckily now in 2026, 10 years later, we've changed that. And I hope it keeps changing. And that's why this community is so important. People don't understand. Go ahead and get a new behind him. Yeah, they were even like, you should steal his credit card out of his wallet while he's sleeping and then sign him up as your downline just so that you can hit rank. And I was like, okay, now you actually are trying to get me divorced. Like I don't know why you would. Like, they didn't straight up tell me to, but they were like, this is what we did. You know, you just need one more person. This is what we did to our husbands. Aren't we cool? And I was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that though. Well, you only need one more person, then you get the big bonus. And I was like, I would rather not get the bonus than do that. Well, what do you mean? Don't you want to do well in this business? I mean, don't you want to be off to a good start? No, I'll find a third person. It's not going to be like that, though. Fuck off. Literally how that went. And by the way, I did find my third person. They stayed in for a month and then they left. Here we have someone that comes on and says, my page is restricted from posting photos until 4:30 tomorrow. What the heck? So apparently it's not going well for everyone. I guess people are reporting. How does that happen? Her friend asks her. Because for a lot of people, if you're not doing social media or like YouTube, you know, probably not getting reported. But I'm really trying to think of like a situation, like maybe you got some family drama or something, but I really don't think that there is many situations where, you know, you would be getting reported a lot unless you're doing like MLMs or you're like on YouTube doing something, right? So a lot of people don't even realize that it's a thing to be like restricted from posting photos on social media. So when it happens, they're like, what the hell? How does that happen? Like, what do you mean? What, they can do that? And she says, I think some mean people reported me. I had a post go viral and people were assuming my business was a scam. You mean Bravenly, the scammy MLM scheme? They see a random post and immediately assume someone's not human. It's so annoying. Well, which one was it? Was it that it was a scam, or did you get reported for being AI and spamming? Because that's a big thing. And by the way, just so you guys know, if you report to Facebook often about one particular MLM company over and over again, you will have them booted off posting on Facebook. There are MLMs that can't post their link to Facebook because they're not allowed to. Facebook literally blocks it. So if you are in an MLM company, I'm just letting you know, like, we tell people to report any post that they see that is an MLM post on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, even on here on YouTube. If you see them posting up, come join my MLM for $99. Report it. Report it for being a scam, because that's exactly what it is. And all of these social media companies on here actually have a clause in their terms of service that says that they do not support multi-level marketing, pyramid schemes, or scams. Yet for some reason, all of them seem to be making money off of scams. And I recently posted an article about just how many billions of dollars Meta was making off of these Hunbots and scammy posts alone. Talking about just that, about how gross it is that these social medias, even though they're like, oh yeah, you can report it, we'll take that down for being a scam. It's like, you don't though. And we've caught you. So start doing that. All right? But which one was it? Was it a scam? Was it AI and you weren't human? Like, I can't even believe your story anymore. It's not your business. You're an independent 1099 contractor. I don't understand how they truly believe this is their business, because they're told that. You know, like, they're told this is your business and it's the same as being a franchise. That's where I think a lot of the confusion is. It's not the same as being a franchise, but it's sold to them as if it is the same. So you are now Monica, who sells Monet from your living room. Congratulations. You now own Monica's Monet out of your living room. It's just like when you buy a McDonald's and you slap McDonald's branding all over it, but it's actually your business. You have to pay the rent on the lot, and you're the one buying all of the stuff, and you have to pay the employees and all of that. And I think that society wants to believe that there's a quick way to make money. And I think that people are really burnt out from being used in labor. And so it seems wonderful when they're told, you can work from home. Not only can you work from home, but you can be home with your babies. And also it's your own business. So you also get to be a boss babe. So I think that's where some of the confusion comes in, and they tell themselves, yeah, no, it's just like if I owned a McDonald's franchise, although it's out of my living room instead of me getting an office. Except some of them do have offices. You've seen it. You've seen them buy offices. I mean, that one hun was just at Starbucks as her office, but some of them do actually go out and buy offices, and some of them hire employees. And they really will try to run it like a little small business. They don't understand, and they're told it's just as good, you'll make just as much money, but we'll do all the heavy lifting work for you. So you don't have to have control over the products or pricing or anything. We'll do all that. We're doing all of the hard stuff, and then we're letting you use our brand logo and our products to brand yourself. Aren't you special? And, you can kind of see how maybe someone that doesn't have a whole lot going on in their life could convince themselves that that is exactly how they can be super duper special and successful. Especially if you're a woman and they often prey on new mothers. Women that are going, oh, I wish I could stay home with my kids, but I really do have to go back to work. And they show up and they go, you can work from home. And fuck around with people's mom guilt and other things, right? So when you add all of that together, you can kind of see how someone might convince themselves, I am running a real legitimate small business out of my living room, and it is just the same as if I had a franchise with McDonald's, It's sad. It's sad, and it keeps people stuck because it's like, maybe that person does have a really good business idea. I've seen so many people leave Scentsy and then go do their own wax, do their own bath bombs, and then actually start a real business and then have the realization of like, wow, I'm actually doing it and making real money now, and I get to decide the products, and this is so fun, And it's interesting to see kind of the difference. But it's sad at the same time because I always think, wow, that person was with Scentsy for 6 years. They could have just been doing that the whole time instead and actually had 6 years longer of running a small business now. That's why I hate them, because they take talented, decent people away from things that they could be doing with their talents, where they actually could be helping people, and they trick them into this bullshittery. Hello, Megan Lynch. Well, there are ways to make money, but none legal. Here's someone that says, it's so nice when toxic people remove themselves from your life. It's like the trash took itself out. Like, okay, thanks. Here we have someone that says, things don't go viral unless there's a reason. And as you can see, there's this amazing post here that says 188.9K group members. They say, things don't go viral unless there's a reason. When my sister and I decided to start sharing the hidden gem we had found in these results and cleaner, natural-based products, we launched a customer testimonial group. In just 24 months, it has grown to 188.9 thousand people. I can't even open the group without seeing hundreds and hundreds of requests every few minutes. Viral. And for good reason, because it works. For a second there, I thought I was in It Works. So the real question is, are you going to be part of the first 5 years of this company? Do you want a piece of the brand that is going to be known globally? Or are you going to let fear and doubt hold you back? Don't. Let me show you the opportunity that has already paid my team millions upon millions in just 2 years. Millions upon millions, she says. Like, Lord. Also, I never saw this post, never heard of this bitch. That's not going viral, hunty. Sorry to burst your bubble again, But I don't think you know what going viral means. Maybe it's going viral within your little Bravenly cult, but not out here on the rest of the internet. I'm just saying. I can make any MLM presenter. That would be fun to see. Let's go head to head. I take 10 users from your MLM and they will make more money than your MLM recruits. How come you've never hooked me up with making money, Megan? Here we have, your dream doesn't disappear because you aren't capable. It disappears when you let others' opinions matter more than what you know you're meant to do. Fire! And I'm like, who's like, I'm not capable, so my dream disappeared. Like, who are you responding to when you say that? Who? You know? Who? Your dream doesn't disappear because you aren't capable. It disappears when you let other people's opinions matter. Well, what if my dream was to be a doctor and I cannot do math? So, sometimes dreams are limited. I'm just saying. Don't chase dreams, chase talents. That's what Miss Reese Witherspoon just posted on her Instagram. And I actually agree with that. Don't chase your dreams, chase your talents. So yeah, here we have, detours do not cancel the destiny on your life. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. It's time to get back in the game. And I'm like, what detours? I don't remember going anywhere with you. What are you talking about? They just come up with this stuff out of nowhere. Like, no one says anything, and then all of a sudden an MLM hunt shows up like, detours do not cancel the destiny on your life. And you're like, okay, Karen. Like, thanks for that, I guess. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. I wasn't. I was fine. Sitting here getting ready to have dinner, actually, but okay. It's time to get back in the game. And I'm like, I was never out of the game, bitch. Like, who are you yelling at? It's hilarious when they say my MLM company made this amount of money. We are doing great. That money came from them, not true outside customers. That's right. Right. Here we have quite a long one, but it says, that is exactly what you will get if you join me. If that is what you want, let's chat. Make sure to watch until the end. You will have direct access to me, and I have direct access to corporate being at the top rank. Wow, look at that. Congratulations, you get direct access to him. I'm sure you're all lining up right now. Having fun on my team is a requirement. Dual-sided comp plan that rewards you whether you want to build a team or just get customers. Duplicatable systems, scripts, graphics, groups, and more. Number 118 on the Inc. 5000. Only network marketing company to make the list for fastest growing independent private company in the US in the last 3 years. And my thing is, I don't know why the fuck people keep giving them to MLM companies. What a slap in the face to every real business owner that busts their ass off. When these fucking places like Forbes are like, check out this amazing entrepreneur. And then it's like Patrick Bet David. And you're like, this fucking MLM scammer dude? Like, really? Like, we should all want to be like him? I'm good, thank you. But okay, whatever. Naturopath formulated top-notch products. According to them, right? Explosive growth. That will give you explosive diarrhea. Sorry. From 1 million to 100 million in the less than 4 years since I have been here. Again, I just wanted to point out, they joined at the very beginning. So a lot of the people that are at the top of this company right now, it's because they joined first when the company first started about 6 years ago now. So that is why. That is why. Okay, it is not because everyone loves Bravenly and it's the newest hot thing. It's not because of that. I assure you. Less than 1% saturation. Yeah, because you guys suck. You suck. You're either the best company or you have less than 1% saturation. And your business is signing up people. So how are you successful then if you have less than 1%? Just say. Anyway, I have been trying to find a way to use this sound since I heard it. I don't know what sound it is. We can do without it. Just saying. If I appeal to you and you are ready to make a difference, let's chat. I'm good. I'm good. I also like that he's standing next to a pool with a sweater on. That's what I'm wearing next to the pool for sure. It's probably proprietary blends, and they don't even know what's in them. That's exactly what it is. Did you see the ingredient list for their one product that I clicked on? It was like, this product is 100% vitamin A, 100% vitamin B, 100%. I'm like, I know I'm bad at math, but how does that work out? You know, if they could touch on that would be great. We got all these hashtags too. Side hustle, top earners, work from home. Is it a side hustle or your main job because you're working from home? We'll never know. Fake it till you make it. That's right. Here we have someone that says, my internet went out. My guest speakers' electricity went out. The devil doesn't want this message getting out. Hashtag stay tuned. Sorry, I like to think that they got possessed like halfway through, you know. They're like the fucking exorcists. Hashtag stay tuned. And their head like circles all the way around, you know. But I was like, oh my God, the devil is trying to stop them. The devil is trying to stop them from the message getting out. What are we going to do? All right? The devil doesn't want Bravenly to be successful. That's not good. So, you know, when the devil shows up and you have demons, like I said, we need Bob Larson, Joe. This is when you got to dial the number. Dial the number, Joe. I told you to put him on the speed dial at the start. You know, we need Bob Larson. And this here is very interesting. This is very interesting. Let's talk about results and posting results and whether or not you should post real or fake results. Let's just have a little discussion. So this is a person that's posted for the last few months now. They've been posting their results, and it's very interesting what's going on with them. 7 p.m. and I meant what I said. I truly can't even begin to explain how much better I feel. The relief right now is hard to put into words. The photo on the left was Tuesday morning. I was bloated, uncomfortable, and frustrated. It was honestly hard to even look at when I took it. The photo on the right was this morning, Sunday. And I seriously cannot believe I can wear these pants again. But what shocks me even more than what you can see is how I feel. Which is nice. You know, I guess you kind of want, people to feel good about themselves. In the last 72 hours, I've gone to the bathroom 7 times. Normal, regular, no drama. No emergencies, no cramping, just normal. The deep heaviness I've been carrying physically and mentally feels lighter. My digestion has been consistent, calm, and predictable. This is just from Tuesday to Sunday. They call the gut the second brain for a reason. I had no idea that supporting my gut would impact my mood like this. I feel lighter, happier, relieved. And here's the thing. I didn't change how I was eating. I didn't start working out. I didn't overhaul my life. I simply supported my gut. That's it. This isn't about being smaller, but I'm not mad about it. It's truly about feeling better. If you've been quietly struggling with bloating or gut issues, you're not crazy and you're not alone. Message me relief if you want to know what I added. Pick proof with dates is in the comments. Hashtag gut health for life. All right. from Tuesday to Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. You ready for this? I feel like maybe we need like we need some kind of like there it is. Tuesday, February 24th, and Sunday, March 1st. I have to run and do something right quickly. Just take a second and just take this image in. Yeah. I don't believe it. Do you believe it? I mean, I just want to point out there's a lot of pillows in the background and blankets. And the way that the stomach looks in the Tuesday, February 24th image is, looks like she stuffed a blanket or a pillow up there for the before image and then just took it out for the after image. But this cannot be done in a week. If you lose this amount of weight from your gut in a week, you need to be rushed to hospital. All right, you need to be rushed to hospital, but especially, get a good look at this, right? Remember, 24th to the 1st, especially when this isn't even the first post that you've posted like that. It's just very worrisome. And especially when other people are sharing your post out. So here they're saying that she shared this post in their community. And so other people are sharing this post out and saying, look at how much weight this girl's lost in 6 days. And this is another image, by the way. It's not the same image, right? That was taken a couple days later. She had to put on the sweater again. And this one was taken the day before. The day before this picture. Like, it's just very, very dangerous. Okay? Very, very dangerous to make claims like this. Not good at all. I hate it. And I hate that it's being shared. So she says, so-and-so shared this in the Daily Sip community and it blew me away. Here's what she said. I can't begin to tell you how much better I feel. I can't believe I can wear these pants. I've pooped 6 times in the last 48 hours. Regular poo. No emergencies and no cramping. And I'm over here like, that's a lot of poo. All right? Like, I go at the most like twice in a day. Why are you out 6 times in 48 hours? And you're like, but it's fine. And then she says that today she doesn't feel depressed. So they're also kind of saying, yeah, and it also cures your depression. You'll drop all these pounds and you will cure your depression. And beware of the demons. So I had to show that to you. I thought that all of that is very, very worrisome behavior. Very worrisome how much they're talking about demons and God and the medical claims that are being made. And they seem very angry. Like, a lot of mean girl energy is coming from Bravenly, as you saw. So just keep all of that in mind. But I'm not done yet. No, that's right. Bravenly, I'm not done with you yet. Because, I found somebody that's very interesting. and the content that they've been making for Bravenly, I think we should take a look at. Here's their first video.
20 days, I made my first sale. And I'm gonna have another sale this week. I have a gal, she's like, I wanna order this week. I'm gonna be making income that I wouldn't have before. That's absolutely amazing. And then I have a list of another 20 people I'm gonna message. It's about sharing the story, sharing the opportunity. So there's two things. One, you could just order the Bravenly products, which I will leave the link in the comments. Two, if you want an opportunity to increase your income, which the time is now, the time is now.
The time is now. All right? She's making money. And so I started following her. She has a very small following, so I don't want to out who it is. I don't want you guys to go and don't go harass anyone. But I started following her because I was like interested to see what kind of people were signing up for Bravenly. And you know, who was promoting this company. And there was a big trend amongst she and her friends of the type of content that they were making. So without further ado, let me show you what kind of content that they like to make in order to promote Bravenly.
Of years that I battled with depression. And now I don't even have it. I have to think about what it felt like to be depressed. Now I still have down moments and stuff like that. But God, Jesus delivered me from that. He fought for me with that. He died on the cross, and that demon in Jesus' name had to flee. Had to flee.
Jesus cured her depression. Probably with the Bravenly. Seems to be quite the theme here of them talking about how Jesus and the products have cured them of depression. So, you know, it was a little bit like, oh no, that's not good. And it gets even better.
That the devil prowls around like a roaring lion. I like to.
Oh my God, not the devil! The devil? I'm gonna hear that again. The devil is after us, guys.
Scripture that the devil prowls around like a roaring lion. I like to call him a creep around the corner. He's like peeking around the corner. He's waiting for that opportunity. Because guess what? The devil's a coward. He wants to take advantage of you because you're so strong. You, on the other side of the screen, you are so strong. You have an anointing on your life. You have so many beautiful gifts. You have such a kind, amazing heart, all the courage, and God's trying to challenge you, and the devil's trying to block you and distract you. And that's what I found, and also in my life.
Yeah. Listen, the devil is just trying to distract you. If you would just join Bravenly with her and use the products, you would have your depression cured. All right? You will get paid within 20 days. And then the devil would stop trying to distract and sabotage you. It fixes everything, these Bravenly products. So there is a very, very big trad wife presence as well in Bravenly. They are definitely using faith manipulation, which we hate to see, but they're doing it. They're doing a lot of it. They don't even really try to hide it. Like that whole like post where they're like, oh, was Bravenly like Brave in Heaven put together? You know what I mean? They don't even try to hide it. They're like, yes, we have been sent by God. Jesus himself blessed our products. And all you have to do is sign up today and you'll cure your depression. And apparently you'll lose half of your body weight within 6 days. You know what I mean? It's all very worrisome behavior, especially when you mix it all together. And it's everything that we speak out about here on my channel when it comes to the problematic marketing campaigns. You know, we got illegal medical claims. We got illegal income claims. We got faith manipulation. We have lying about what the products can do. And I still want to know how a product can be 100% vitamin B, 100% vitamin C, and vitamin D all at the same time. Okay? That's what I need to see. Alrighty? I have streamed GGC. I've streamed about them a whole bunch. What do you mean? I've literally covered them the whole time. What are you talking about? I literally just streamed about them over the weekend. Sometimes I need a break from GGC or on passive. You know, that's why we're doing Bravenly today. I try to take Monday to talk about the ones that I don't usually talk about because I usually talk about the other ones, you know? And I thought Bravenly would be a good one today. I am putting together to talk about another company that people have been requesting. So don't worry, we will be talking about that very, very shortly. And Danny and I were talking to somebody who was speaking out about it the other night. That was quite fascinating. So I might even try to include that. Hopefully I'll be able to do that later on this week. So look forward to that. But that's all I've got for you today. I just wanted to come on, talk about what Bravenly's been up to, show you the faith manipulation. A lot of talk about demons. Like I said, like I haven't seen a lot of demon talk in the MLMs. Usually there's just like one or two posts, or there's just like one psycho hun who's like extremely, extremely religious, you know, that's pushing that. And you're like, wow, this lady's crazy, you know? But it seems to be the complete culture here. That is their culture. They are going for the beige moms who are Christian and want to stay at home with the kids and be trad wives. That is who they want to go for. And I just, again, we can get into why that's a problematic belief system and way of living. But I think you guys have figured that out already. So, and I have rambled about enough today. Mass exodus. We had fun. We did. That's right. That's right. So I hope that all of you have an amazing, wonderful rest of your MLM Monday. Make sure to go and check out all of your favorite anti-multi-level marketing creators. And I will see you all hopefully tomorrow with another one. If not, then for sure on Wednesday. Make sure you give this a like, subscribe if you are new here. Think about joining the members. I will see you all. I love all of your faces. Goodbye.